the state of stimulus and those second stimulus checks, as well as the latest updates regarding the stimulus madness. Hey everyone, as always, this video pertains to anybody in the following categories: SSI recipients, supplemental security income, Social Security recipients, whether it's retirement, disability, or survivors, and VA beneficiaries, as well as low income or even no income. But welcome back to another video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Today is Tuesday, September 1st already. I can't believe we're still talking about this in September. This is nuts, but let's get right into it. But if you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and subscribe. I'm doing a pretty cool giveaway regarding the subscribers. So I'll talk about that again in just a minute. All right, let's talk about this and then we'll get into some other information. All right, so the two sides are coming together, Democrats and Republicans. Let's go back a trip down memory lane for just a minute and see where we started and where are we now. As we know, back in May, the Democrats released the HEROES Act with a price tag of $3.4 trillion. A little over a month ago, Republicans released their version called the HEALS Act with a price tag of $1 trillion. Why is this significant? Because over the last, let's just call it 5 or so weeks, 6 weeks or so, the two sides have gone from being $2.4 trillion apart to currently they're only $900 billion apart. That's a massive improvement in their flexibility of coming together on this deal. So in about 6 weeks or so, they've shaved that margin down from 2.4 trillion down to 900 billion. So this is great. At the same time, Congress is ready to come back to session. They're scheduled to return back to their normal session after being on vacation for nearly a month. They're going to be back next Tuesday, a week from today. They'll be back and talking about this. As they return, they face a lot of different issues, including the government budget that needs to be hammered out in September. Otherwise, the end of September, they would potentially go into a government shutdown if they do not have that new budget hammered out. So basically, they're coming back in a shortened month because they'll be gone for the first week of it. They'll be returning on Tuesday, but in the 3 weeks that they have in September, they have a lot on their plate that they need to get figured out before a potential government shutdown the end of the month. Could you imagine during all this stuff going on right now, a potential government shutdown? What if they shut down the government during this whole thing? Could you imagine how much more of a mess that would be on top of what it is already? I mean, this is nuts. They have a lot to figure out. So, building the case for this next stimulus package. Let's just say this. We basically know the next stimulus package is coming. I'll talk about it here in just a second again. But we basically know there's definitely going to be another stimulus package. It's just hammering out the details of what is it going to include and what are going to be the price tags on each individual little element within the package. But let's build the case a little bit for why there will most likely be another stimulus package. Well, let's talk about some of the things that are going on right now. I mean, all of us know it's kind of things are not going so well, even though the stock market is roaring, it's ripping higher because it's highly manipulated, and that's basically what they look at as a barometer on what's going on out in the world. Well, let's just look at the stock market. Well, it's manipulated and it keeps going higher and higher, so that must mean the economy's good and all the people are doing well, right? No, that's not the case. That's not the case at all. But let's look at this. So, actually just last week, MGM Resorts talked about laying off 18,000 people, permanent layoffs. Well, that's just one example. How about the airlines? Well, let's remember back a few months ago with that first stimulus package, or the CARES Act, I should say, within that $2.2 trillion that they allocated, they gave what, $50 billion to the airlines to bail them out? Yeah, just another corporate bailout. But guess what? Within that money, all of that, those billions that they gave the airlines, there was a little contingency within that bailout package saying, hey, you can't lay anybody off until October 1st. Well, guess what? The airlines have announced recently that they're laying off thousands and thousands of people. They're furloughing them, laying them off as of October. Pilots, what are those people called? Flight attendants, sorry. There's so many different names for them, like stewardess, flight attendants. I never really know what to call them, like what's the proper name of the week. But anyway, flight attendants, pilots, people within the airlines. There's all kinds of people, thousands and thousands of people that they're laying off. So not only that, let's look at the weekly jobless claims. Again, weekly jobless claims continue to come in over 1 million. What does that mean? Each and every week, over 1 million people are filing for unemployment every week. Do you think that's a sign of a good recovery? No. Actually, for a little while there, a couple weeks ago, it actually dipped below 1 million in the 900,000s, in like the mid 900,000s. Well, we're over 1 million again. It continues to go higher. Well, what happens when October hits, when all of a sudden all of these thousands and thousands of people from the airlines continue to start drawing on those unemployment as well? Then what happens? Not only that, what about all the other businesses that are laying off people, closing down, going bankrupt, all this other stuff? Do you think that's a sign of a good recovery? No. Do you think this is evidence of maybe another stimulus package? Yeah, definitely. I would say so. So I feel like there's a ton of evidence that another stimulus package is absolutely coming. It's just a matter of what is going to be included in it, what are going to be all the parameters within that stimulus package. So let's just talk about what we really care about. I mean, do we care about state and local government funding? Well, although it's important, I mean, does that really affect us all that much? Do we care about the extension of the PPP, which is for small businesses? Do we care about that? Or what do we really care about? Do we want to know about the stimulus checks? I think that's what everybody really wants to know. When are we going to get them? How much are they going to be? And how soon can they get here? Seriously, give us the money, send it out. We want it now. So I think absolutely there will be this next stimulus package. It's just a matter of when. And I feel like all of these politician type people are running out of excuses for why they haven't passed it yet. I've been calling this for many weeks now, for probably more than a month. They're dragging their feet on purpose. It's all about timing. And they're running out of excuses for why they haven't passed it or why they haven't come up with an agreement yet. They're getting close. They're getting closer, but they still need to drag their feet a little bit longer. That's the name of the game right now during this negotiation. So here's what the deal is. Basically, it's going to come down to this. Basically, all of us already know this. Why? Because President Trump showed his hand. What is his hand? The next stimulus package is basically going to be $2 trillion, thereabouts. Give or take a little bit. We already know it's going to be about $2 trillion. Of course, none of this is passed yet. This is just me talking because basically all of the evidence is there. Why do we know it's going to be about $2 trillion? Because President Trump has already said he's willing to sign up to $2 trillion. What happens in a negotiation when you show your hand? Well, basically, if you're in any type of negotiation and you let's say you're a buyer and you're saying, hey, I'm willing to pay $10. As soon as you say your top dollar, you basically get negotiated up to your top dollar. That's just how negotiations work. So, unfortunately, for President Trump, again, not saying anything bad about him, I'm just saying he already showed his hand of $2 trillion. So we basically know it's going to be about $2 trillion, give or take, I don't know, a couple $100 billion. I mean, at this point, what's a couple $100 billion when you're talking in the trillions? It's not much. So even though a couple $100 billion, I'd take $100 billion any day. Come on, send it to me. I'll take it. I'll just give all of it to you guys. That'd be awesome. We can all share it. It'll be profit sharing. We'll just divvy it up between all of us here on the channel, and all of us will have a lot of fun. That'd be freaking sweet. But anyway, not only that, I'm throwing down some bets on this because I believe what I'm seeing is going to absolutely come true. So if you're wanting to get in on some of this betting action, everybody loves to gamble, right? I certainly do. But anyway, I produced a video yesterday. I'm giving away up to $2,400 based on basically what I just said. So if you haven't checked it out yet, be sure to check out yesterday's video from Monday, August 31st. I'm throwing down potentially $2,400 because I'm putting my money where my mouth is. If I'm wrong, I pay you up to $2,400. So be sure to check out that video for your eligibility to win. And just be remembered, you have to be subscribed in order to be eligible for that giveaway. But anyway, this is about the latest information. I know it's not much. It's a little bit slow on the news end these days, but I'm continuing to watch all this information and bring you this information because I know so many of you rely on me to bring you these daily updates and just to show you that you guys like, hey, I'm still here. I'm still looking out for you. I'm still doing all my research and I'm here for you. So that's why I continue to bring you these daily updates. At some point, I'm excited. I'm excited for the day that I finally get to make one of these videos and saying, yup, confirmed, here it comes. Here's everything. I'm excited. I think it's not that far away, just a matter of a couple weeks. Whereas not that long ago, we were talking months. But as of now, I think it's literally just a matter of weeks. So I'm excited for that. Have a nice day, everybody. It's Tuesday. Enjoy your day. I'm here for you. Leave a comment or question and be sure to subscribe. Check out that video from yesterday. Maybe you could be a lucky winner. All right. Enjoy your day and maybe I'll catch you later. Otherwise, tomorrow. See you.